I'm gonna hit you with the hard truth right out of the gate. You don't lose because your strategy sucks. You don't lose because you don't know how to read a chart. You lose the exact second real money enters the equation. In this explainer, we're tearing down the total illusion that's keeping you broke. This is gonna fundamentally change how you look at the markets forever, because we're getting straight to the core of why your brain literally breaks when cash is on the line. 90%. That is the number. 90% of traders can sit down, open a demo account, and print consistent, effortless money. They feel untouchable, like Wall Street veterans. Yet, those exact same people blow up their accounts entirely the absolute moment they switch to live trading. Think about the complete madness of that for a second. The charts are exactly the same. The candlestick patterns, the setups, the trends, the indicators, all exactly the same. But the result? Total, absolute destruction. Financial devastation happening in real time. This is the reality you're living right now, isn't it? In your demo account, it's consistent profits and zero stress. You take a loss, you don't even blink. You adjust, you reload, and you execute again. You feel like an absolute trading genius. You calculate what you'd be making if it were real money, and you literally start picking out car colors. But in your live account, blown accounts, total panic, complete chaos. It's a painful, frustrating dichotomy. It makes you feel like the market is hunting your stop loss, like your broker is somehow rigged against you. I promise you, they aren't. The mechanics haven't changed at all. You have changed. So why does your brain sabotage you? Why do you spend weeks meticulously planning your trades, studying the charts, building a flawless strategy, testing it 100 times over, and then instantly break every single one of your own rules the second a real dollar is on the line? You abandon your entry criteria, you completely ignore your risk parameters. It makes zero logical sense. If you know the math works, why do you suddenly trade like someone who has never seen a chart in their life?
You know exactly the feeling I'm talking about. The physical response, it's visceral. The racing heartbeat right before you click buy, the sweaty palms hovering over the mouse, that full body heat when the candle drops just a few pips against you. It's the sheer, overwhelming, paralyzing fear of losing money. In demo, you felt literally nothing. You were a cold, calculating machine executing a probabilistic model. In live trading, you feel absolutely everything. Stress hormones flood your system. Suddenly, you're closing your winners way too early out of pure fear, securing a tiny profit just to feel safe. Meanwhile, you're letting your losers run, praying, hoping, bargaining with the universe that they miraculously turn around. You are spiraling completely out of control.
Listen to me, the market does not care about you. It doesn't care about your rent money, it doesn't care about your car payment, it does not care about your kids' college fund or your retirement account. The market is a cold, emotionless, mathematical vacuum. It's completely and utterly ruthless. It's not targeting you personally, it has no idea who you are, it doesn't know your name. It will just happily take every single dollar you offer up to it if you allow it to. It will drain your account to zero and keep moving without a second thought. But the problem doesn't stop there, because the real enemy isn't the market. The real enemy is sitting right in your chair. We need to look at the actual psychological root cause of your failure. Because if we don't fix the engine driving this panic, no technical indicator in the world is going to save you from going broke. It all comes down to the fight or flight response. This is huge. Understand this, and everything changes. When real money's on the line, the advanced logical analytical part of your brain shuts down completely. Your prefrontal cortex goes dark. The primitive reptilian part of your brain takes over entirely to ensure your immediate survival. Money penetrates your advanced logic and simulates your primitive brain like a massive overdose of adrenaline. Logic is gone. Survival instinct kicks in violently. You literally perceive a red candle the exact same way your ancestors perceived a predator in the bushes. You're no longer trading. You are fighting for your actual life. You're in panic survival mode, and you simply cannot make mathematical decisions when you feel like you're being hunted. Why does this happen? Because of a terrifying, deeply ingrained equation wired into your head. Money equals time. Your time is the absolute most precious thing you have on this earth. It's the only asset you can never get back. When your hard-earned money is on the line, your brain perceives a financial loss as days, months, or years being shaved off your actual lifespan. You aren't just losing $50 or $500. You're losing the irreplaceable hours of your life you spent sitting in a cubicle earning it. The emotion kicks in instantly because you are watching your life energy vanish on a screen. And your trading account goes straight to hell because you're desperately trying to claw back your lost time. The chart is just data. The candlesticks, the trends, the liquidity pools, the fair value gaps, the moving averages. It's just cold, hard information. Your emotions are the real market. You can have the most perfect, ultra-detailed market theory in the entire world. You can know everything about order blocks and volume profiles, but emotional attachment to a trade is the absolute fastest way to lose everything you have. Your internal state dictates your external results. You cannot fix an emotional problem with more technical analysis. Drawing another trend line is not going to stop your hands from shaking. Most traders never realize this. They just keep buying new courses. They keep tweaking their indicators. They jump from Discord group to Discord group, endlessly searching the internet for a holy grail strategy that absolutely does not exist. They think the secret is hidden in some magical combination of moving averages. They completely miss the ultimate breakthrough that separates the amateurs from the professionals. They keep trying to fix the chart when they really need to fix themselves. Let this sink in. This is the massive mindset shift you need today. You don't lose because of the market. You lose because you risk an amount your emotions cannot handle. That is the secret. I don't care who you are. The most disciplined, hardened Marine sniper in the world is going to become an absolute emotional wreck if they risk 50% of their net worth on one single trade. It's human nature. The amount of money you put at risk directly dictates whether or not you lose your mind. If the risk is too high, the primitive brain takes over. If the risk is managed, the logical brain stays in control. So how do we fix this? How do we actually emulate that sensation of having absolutely zero emotion while risking real money? How do we recreate that invincible feeling you had in your demo account? How do we stop the bleeding immediately and actually become profitable?
Step 1. You only trade with fun money. You must sit down today and map out your entire financial situation. Your rents, your mortgage, your groceries, your bills, your investments, your debt. You only trade the disposable income that is left over. Money you are completely and totally okay with setting on fire. Money you'd happily blow on a weekend trip or a night out. If you don't have fun money right now, you go back to demo. It is that simple. There's no shame in it. If you trade with money you actually need to pay rent or buy groceries, you are guaranteed to panic. You are putting a loaded gun to your own head. You control your emotions by first controlling your risk capital. Here's what nobody talks about: the psychological weight of a single action. In a demo account, you assign absolutely zero significance to one single trade. If you lose, whatever, you don't care. It means nothing. But in live trading, you treat every single setup like a life or death situation. You tie your entire self-worth, your intelligence, and your financial future to the outcome of one single position. That is a recipe for absolute disaster. Look at the math of how professionals actually think. A professional can take 100 trades. They can take 50 total losses. That's a 50% win rate. Half the time, they are completely wrong. Half the time, they fail. But with a strict risk-to-reward ratio of 1 to 2, the result is still massive, life-changing profit. A single trade means absolutely nothing. It is literally just one data point in a series of 100. You've got to stop stressing over one single trade. You need to train your brain to think in terms of the next 100 trades. If you take a loss, it's just trade number 7 out of 100. Move on. That is exactly how you remove the emotion and build a real business. And this is where it becomes dangerous. Because even if you understand the math, and even if you use fun money, jumping into the live market without a pre-planned execution strategy is financial suicide. You're just gambling at that point. You're throwing darts blindfolded. You need a systematic approach that removes all in-the-moment decision-making. You've got to stop trading like a panicked machine gunner, spraying bullets everywhere and hoping something hits. You have to start trading like a sniper. Step 1, preempt your entry. Know exactly where you are getting in before the market gets there. Step 2, execute precisely, no hesitation. When your level hits, you pull the trigger. Step 3, strike with absolute confidence. Set your stop loss, set your take profit, and literally walk away. The only real tool you have against your own emotions is controlling yourself before you enter the market. Pre-plan everything, zero surprises, zero in-the-moment calculations, zero knee-jerk reactions. Part of that professional sniper mindset is having the right tools and the right environment. Finding a broker that actually fits your professional mindset is key. You need an environment that supports fast, reliable execution, so your pre-planned strategy works flawlessly. If you're looking for a serious, trader-friendly broker to execute this strategy, check out FXTM. They're a solid option for this kind of precise execution. The link is pinned in the comments below for you to check out when you're ready to make the switch. Finally, let's end on this. Be brutally honest with yourself right now. Look in the mirror. Are you trading to build a real business? Or are you just paying the market to entertain your own emotions? Are you here for the adrenaline, or are you here for the freedom? Forex is a business. It requires capital, strategy, and utter emotional detachment. Treat it like one. Protect your time, protect your capital, master your risk, master your mind. Now go execute.